Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is dedicated to one amazing digger that unfortunately didn't get the ending it deserved. At the beginning of the video, you'll see what this machine looked like when it was still fully operational. You'll get a glimpse of how the operator started his shift and what it was like working with this amazing machine on a daily basis. If you don't know what machine we're talking about, this is the Bucyrus RH120E. Now, here's where things get interesting. This machine actually started out as an O&K. Back in 1998, Terex acquired O&K's mining equipment division, and the RH120 continued production under the name Terex O&K RH120. Then in 2010, Terex sold its mining division to Bucyrus International for around $1.3 billion, and the machine became known as the Bucyrus RH120. But the story didn't end there. In 2011, Caterpillar acquired Bucyrus for about $8.6 billion and took over its entire mining equipment lineup. As a result, the legendary machine that had been known as the RH120 for decades received a new name and became the Caterpillar 6030. Today, when you look at a Cat 6030, you're basically looking at the latest chapter in a machine whose roots go all the way back to the original O&K RH120.
Ready?
This footage was recorded about 3 years ago, and back then he was working just fine. Then they parked him on this spot right next to that Liebherr. And this footage, on the other hand, was recorded this year during the winter. Both excavators were sitting here waiting for a complete rebuild. They stayed parked here almost until the end of winter. The Liebherr finally got his rebuild, but our old buddy was still sitting here waiting to be saved. But since we're already standing next to him, let's do a quick walk around. Looking at him like this, he didn't seem any worse than the other excavators. He still gave you hope that one day he'd get back to doing what he was built for, proudly digging ore once again. But then, spring arrived, and all that hope went right out the window. The company just wasn't interested in spending the money to get him back in the game. Instead, they decided to tear him apart. Our old buddy spent over 16 years digging tens of millions of tons of ore, only to end up like this. You know, the company could have at least fixed him up a little and put him on display somewhere in town. Imagine seeing this giant machine sitting in a park, amazing tourists with its size and reminding people what it used to do back in the day. But nope, that wasn't gonna happen. The company decided to cut him up piece by piece and before long, the only thing left of him would be the memories and the footage I managed to capture with my camera. It's a shame, really. Now, let's take a quick walk around and see what they've already cut off. few days ago, I drove past the excavator again, and he's still sitting there in this shape. If they continue cutting him up, I'll do my best to capture that on camera, and you'll be able to watch it right here at the link in the top right corner. Until then, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.